Yesterday, the admins made a very big forum post with an attempt to stop all the macroing that's going on. They made a post titled "Regarding Teleport and Jump Pad Removal in the Garden." In this post, it says that they are removing teleport pads and jump pads immediately after the post, meaning that pretty much every farm in the game would have to be farmed manually, without being able to automatically farm using F11, or so they think. Along with the post, they have also completely removed farming fortune on private islands, making all the farms that you previously built completely useless. But hey, they also added the /plot teleport command, so you can teleport to any garden plot you want. And there are now significantly less people playing in the garden. But I'm here to give a fix to all of the farmers out there. However, my current method can be improved quite a bit and is pretty tedious to set up, but once you have it going, it works pretty well. And on top of that, you'll barely have to edit your default netherwart farm if you're using the same one I do. So before I explain it all, you'll need a few items and pets to start off with. You'll need 4 total pets: the rabbit, bee, ocelot, and elephant, all max level and rarity. And you'll also need 4 pet rolls if you don't have them already. You can buy these on the auction house or with bits at the community shop. Then you'll need to have a base speed of 161 without any pets equipped, but while holding your hoe that you are using. To do this, you might have to add or remove some items such as talismans or item reforges. While doing this, you also won't be able to use your wrench boots either, so if you have a max mossy setup like me, you'll just have to use the leggings, chestplate, and helmet. Alright, so once you have all of the pets and the 161 speed, you can start building the farm. So this farm works by the speed you get from pets and the water to push you depending on what speed you have, and at the end of each row you fall into the void. So because you fall into the void, we can set our spawn using /set_spawn at the start of your farm. However, this part is probably the most time consuming to find the correct spot on the block. To be able to go through the entire farm without breaking, you're going to need to find the exact spot shown in this screenshot with the exact direction I'm looking in. If you don't get these exact numbers, it most likely won't work. I had this working for a while until I had to film a clip showing me changing the spawn, and it took me over an hour to fix. When you start farming, you'll also be using the rabbit pet for the most speed to get past these 2 water blocks that you place. To get the right design, you can also visit my garden if this video doesn't help, but I'll try explain it the best way possible. So we can start with the water placements. At the start of your farm, you'll have to leave 2 block spaces for when you start, then you'll need a 2 block gap with water that flows to the next row. This will allow you to run through it with rabbit pet, but not with any of the other pets due to the speed. Then moving down to the next row, we will use a 1 block water gap this time, but with a piece of soul sand underneath to slow you down with signs on each side. Then for the last water gap, it will just be plain water with the signs beside it, so all of these should allow you to switch rows based on what pet you use. Next up, you'll have to place 2 rows of potato after each water drop down. This will allow us to use the pet roll for when we gain potato collection, but we will go over all of the pet rolls in just a bit. So once you have all of the water drop downs and the potato rows, we can go all the way to the end of the farm. Here we will use the pet roll strat once again to switch pets at the end of each row. You can do this in any order, but I use carrot first, then wheat, potato, and sugarcane. You'll need to keep the potato at the same spot that I do, since we use the potato at the start of the farm as well. And make sure that the potato, wheat, and carrot all have water beside them. Then, as I mentioned earlier, you'll need to have all of the rows drop into the void. This will make it so you spawn right back at the start of the farm every time, with the new pet from the pet rolls. The pet rolls are pretty easy to set up if you have all of the pets already, so you'll need to set all of these up with the collection rules. So when you get the potato collection, it spawns the elephant pet, the bee pet from the carrot collection, ocelot for the wheat collection, and the rabbit for the sugarcane collection. So once you've done all of that, you have the entire farm set up. Now like I said before, there is definitely room for improvement in some places, so I'll keep trying to make this better as it goes on. But now I'll show off how it all works. So to start, I make sure that I don't move my mouse at all, and I hold down A to move to the left, and hold down left click with the hoe in my hand, and I use my rabbit pet to start off with. Then I'll fall into the void anywhere on my farm, and it will spawn me at the start of my farm. And then since I have the rabbit pet equipped, it will allow me to go past this water segment until my next pet is equipped. Then as I pass the potatoes, it spawns my elephant pet with the pet roll to get the most amount of money possible. And then I'll continue all the way to the end of the farm with the elephant pet. Then as I hit the end of the farm, it will spawn the next pet I need with the pet rolls that we set before, and it will repeat this process forever. When I update this, and when you need help, I will be posting and replying to you all in the comments. And you can always visit my garden if you want to view it with any new changes that I add. This is also a very ugly farm, so I might make it look a bit better. So thank you to all of our patrons for continuing to support our websites, Discord bots, and videos. Check out all of the perks you can get in the link in the description. Thank you all for watching.